Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor. Now, India and Pakistan will hold a flag meeting at the line of control in Poonch today, even as Home Minister Rajnath Singh will be on a visit to forward areas along Pakistan and China borders. We will look at that story closely throughout the day. Also in our top international focus, we take you to Greece, where Alexis Tsipras' party has won the country's snap polls. But first up, the headlines that we are tracking. Mann Ki Baat completes 1 year. Prime Minister thanks listeners for the response, says it has been an enriching experience for him. Dengue death toll in Delhi climbs to 22. Kejriwal government claims response to the vector-borne disease has improved. Nepal's date with history. Himalayan nation adopts new constitution. India extends wishes but expresses concern over issues raised by minority group like Madhesis. Alexis Tsipras returns to power in Greece following a snap poll, calls it victory of the people. And the cricket world mourns the loss of Jagmohan Dalmia. The BCCI president died after suffering a heart attack. Well, after getting a go-ahead from the Election Commission, Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed people in his Mann Ki Baat on Sunday. Now, that was the first anniversary episode of his radio address. Now, expressing delight over the tremendous response for the program, the Prime Minister assured people that the government was working on all the suggestions coming from them.
The first anniversary of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's radio address, Mann Ki Baat. Thanking people for their response, Modi said that the program had become the nation's Mann Ki Baat.
लाखों की तादाद में लोग सक्रिय होकर के मुझे सुझाव देते रहते थे। मुझे इन लाखों पत्रों ने एक बहुत बड़ा पाठ भी पढ़ाया। सरकार के अनेक बारीक कठिनाइयों के विषय में मुझे जानकारी मिलती रही।
Congratulating the enthusiastic response to issues like the sale of khadi, environmental awareness and the cleanliness campaign, the Prime Minister said people's power was very important in democracy.
मन की बात ने समाज शक्ति की अभिव्यक्ति का एक अवसर बना दिया। मन की बात के माध्यम से फिर एक बार जन शक्ति को शत शत वंदन करना चाहता हूँ, नमन करना चाहता हूँ।
Modi also used his radio program to make a mention of Subhash Chandra Bose. The Prime Minister said he would be receiving the freedom fighters' family members next month, although he did not refer to the declassification of the secret files related to him. West Bengal government recently declassified 64 such files amid demands that the centre also reveal to the public files in its custody.
50 से अधिक सुभाष बाबू के परिवारजन प्रधानमंत्री निवास स्थान पर आने वाले हैं। आप कल्पना कर सकते हैं मेरे लिए कितनी बड़ी खुशी का पल होगा। नेताजी के परिवारजन शायद उनके जीवन में पहली बार सबको मिलकर के एक साथ प्रधानमंत्री निवास जाने का अवसर आया होगा।
The Prime Minister started his Mann Ki Baat program last year. It was the first by any Prime Minister to highlight various issues, including education, cleanliness, nation building and the government's initiatives.
बहुमूल्य है। फिर एक बार
Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
बहुत-बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
Well, let's listen into some reactions to the Prime Minister's radio show completing 1 year.
प्रधानमंत्री जी ने आज मन की बात में ऐसी बातें कही हैं जो देश के लोगों के मन को छू लिया है। उन्होंने प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जिस तरह सेल्फी विद डॉटर का फ़ायदा हुआ, गैस सब्सिडी के बारे में लोग कहते हैं लोग सब्सिडी लेना चाहते हैं, लेकिन एक साइलेंट रिवोल्यूशन हुआ। प्रधानमंत्री की सोच थी कि मौका दिया जाए जनता को, वो खुद से छोड़े, और ये गिव इट अप जो स्कीम थी वो कितनी सफल हुई है।
मैं समझता हूं कि हमारे देश की जनता की राजनीतिक सूझबूझ में कोई कमी नहीं है और उसको वैसे भी प्रधानमंत्री की सलाह की आवश्यकता नहीं है, वो फैसला लेने में सक्षम है।
मन की बात वो मोदी जी की मन की बात, देश के लोगों की मन की बात से उनकी मन की बात बहुत अंतर है दोनों के बीच में।
Today was an opportunity for Mr. Narendra Modi to take a decision and tell the nation that mere man ki baat ye hai that a person like Mr. Mahesh Sharma cannot continue in my cabinet because he has offended the feelings of millions of people. But nothing has been done so far. All the divisive forces are at work, and our Prime Minister is not speaking on these important issues.
12वीं बार उन्होंने मन की बात की ली है, लेकिन उनके मन ने कहीं जन का फायदा नहीं किया है। खुशी होती कि अगर उनके मन की बात में जन की बात आती और जन का लाभ होता। जन को लाभ के बजाय केवल उनको एक जो हर बार जो है एक लेमन जूस सा दे के चले जाते हैं कि हमने मन की बात कही है, चूसते रहो। तो मुझे लगता है कि ये बड़ी एक बोल वचन से नहीं बल्कि करने से जो है वो इस देश का उद्धार होगा।
And in other news, Home Minister Rajnath Singh will be on a 3-day visit to forward areas along Pakistan and China borders. Well, this includes Chumar in eastern Ladakh, which saw a fortnight-long standoff between the Indian and Chinese troops a year ago. And this will be followed by a visit to the police memorial in Hot Spring and ITBP posts in Takung and Chushul. The Home Minister will review the situation along the Sino-Indian border and interact with the troops of ITBP, which guards the border. During his visit to the forward areas of Jammu and Kashmir, he will inaugurate a new officers' mess at the camp of the ITBP force in Samba and is also likely to go to the posts in the sector, which has often witnessed firing from across the border. He is also expected to chair a meeting with the local administration and Border Roads Organization about the development activities being carried out in the forward areas. Meanwhile, the armies of India and Pakistan will hold a flag meeting at the line of control in Poonch in Jammu and Kashmir to discuss how to bring peace on the border, which has been volatile in the recent past. And now our special segment on Bihar Assembly elections. Well, our focus on the Bihar elections continues. Well, nominations for the second phase of polling will begin with the issue of notification. Now, 32 constituencies and 6 districts will go to polls in the second phase of the polling on 16th of October. The last date of nominations is 28th of September. The Congress Central Election Committee is likely to meet today and its first list of candidates is expected. Well, the party will be contesting on 41 seats under the Grand Alliance with the JDU and the RJD. Meanwhile, in the NDA camp, the RLSP is likely to announce its candidate list today. The BJP on Sunday had declared the names of 11 more candidates in its third list. Now, this list includes a Muslim. Jitan Ram Manchi's HAM also announced candidates for 7 assembly seats, where HAM is fighting on 20 seats. And the Congress launched a scathing attack on the government at its Kisan Samman rally yesterday. Party President Sonia Gandhi said that the party had won the land bill battle in New Delhi and will now fight the war in the states. Vice President Rahul Gandhi also targeted the government's Make in India initiative. Here is more.
The Congress targeting the government, what it called its pro-corporate image. Party leaders termed the BJP's U-turn on the land bill as a victory for them. Congress President Sonia Gandhi charged the Prime Minister with having no time to solve farmers' problems.
उनकी दिलचस्पी और घंटों का समय है तो उद्योगपतियों के लिए है, उनकी शिकायतों को सुनने के लिए है। हाँ, विदेश यात्रा के लिए भी खूब दिलचस्पी है, खूब समय है और खूब पैसे हैं।
Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi alleged that Prime Minister Narendra Modi was trying to snatch away agricultural land, which was like a mother to the farmers. He also attacked the government's Make in India initiative.
अंग्रेजी में make का मतलब बनाना, take का मतलब छीनना। ये Make in India नहीं है, ये मोदी जी का Take in India है, Take in India। ये आपसे एक तरफ जमीन छीनना चाहते हैं और दूसरी तरफ आपका हक छीनना चाहते हैं।
The government's rebuttal was equally swift.
राहुल गांधी जी, हमारी सरकार सूटकेस की सरकार नहीं है जो आपकी सरकार थी। हमारी सरकार न सूट बूट की है और न सूटकेस की है, बल्कि सूझबूझ की सरकार है।
Former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh also took the stage to lambast the NDA government. He accused the Modi regime of diluting several social welfare schemes initiated by the UPA.
The Kisan Samman rally was just not an event to highlight Congress's role in stalling the passage of land acquisition bill in Parliament, but also an opportunity to position itself as a supporter of farmers' cause. Taking pot shots at the Modi government, the Congress reiterated that the country will not progress by mere oratory, but by honouring the hard work of farmers. Reporting from Delhi with camera person Saroj, this is Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
Now news from across the border. Well, Nepal had a date with history yesterday. The 20th September 2015 was the day it adopted a new constitution and the nation became a federal democratic republic. Well, India joined the world in extending its best wishes for the country, but expressed unhappiness over the new constitution not addressing concerns of minority groups like the Madhesis.
Nepal getting a new constitution with President Rambaran Yadav declaring that the Constituent Assembly has completed its tasks. The new constitution has 37 divisions, 304 articles and 7 annexes.
नेपाल को संविधान आज मिति 2072 साल असोज 3 गतेदेखि प्रारम्भ भएको नेपाली जनता समक्ष घोषणा गर्दछु।
Nepal will now be a secular democracy with 7 provinces and a federal character like India. But adjacent to India in the Tarai region, the Madhesis are angry that the new constitution doesn't respect their ethnic situation. Expressing concern at the violent protest, the Indian government said differences should be resolved through dialogue in an atmosphere free from violence and intimidation. India has actively supported and contributed to the constitution-making process in Nepal, but the violent movement on the border hasn't gone down well for its stability. India sent Foreign Secretary S.J. Shankar to Kathmandu for an amicable resolution. In the coming days, Nepal is expected to decide its federal structure and use constitutional amendments to enforce it. Akhilesh Suman's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Now let's take a look at what is expected through the day in day ahead. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley will address the investors at the Capital Markets and Institutional Investors Summit organized by the Asia Pacific Investors Cooperation in Hong Kong. Jaitley will also meet the Chief Executive of Hong Kong and will address an event organized by the Indian community in that country. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj, along with US Vice President Joe Biden and US Secretary of State John Kerry, will address the 40th Annual Leadership Summit of US-India Business Council in Washington. The 3 top leaders from the 2 countries will address corporate leaders from India and the US on the eve of the Made in India-US Strategic and Commercial Dialogue. The 64 files containing 12,744 pages on the life of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose will be made open for public viewing at the Kolkata Police Museum. Now, the 64 secret files on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose were declassified on 18th of September by the West Bengal government. Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi will be in Mathura to attend the UP Congress office bearers meeting. The party has also called its former union ministers, MPs, sitting and former MLAs as special invitees to attend the session with Rahul Gandhi. News from the national capital, where the death toll due to dengue has gone up to 22. Now, the latest casualty is a 36-year-old woman, but the Delhi government has claimed that the health situation in response to the disease has improved. With the city in the grip of the dengue scare, thousands of fever patients flocked hospitals to get tested for dengue, while several others were admitted for treatment. Now, more than 2,000 dengue cases have been reported this year. Recently, 200 new beds were set up at the hospital to accommodate the increasing number of patients. Delhi Health Minister made surprise inspections at the hospitals to take stock of preparedness to tackle the disease.
ये सरकार पूरी तैयारी कर रही है। दूसरा, जो एमसीडी से बार बार मीटिंग की जा रही है, पूरे सहयोग का उन्होंने वादा भी किया है। उनके हमने मेयर्स को बुलाया था, कमिश्नर्स को बार बार बुलाया जा रहा है और किसी भी तरीके का उनको मौका नहीं दिया जाएगा कि काम ना करें। मुझे लगता है जनता से अब फील्ड से भी रिपोर्ट आ रही है, कुछ काम उन्होंने स्टार्ट कर दिया है और दिल्ली सरकार ने अपने हॉस्पिटल्स में पूरे इंतजाम किए हैं। हमने जो कहा था लास्ट वीक आपसे कि 1000 बेड करेंगे, 1000 बेड हमने कर दिए हैं ऑलरेडी।
Today the Union Health Ministry has issued an advisory again and said that the fresh spell of rains, there are chances that the cases of dengue will be there, and we should be careful about it. Fumigation is to be done. The local civic bodies and the Delhi state government has to take into consideration that cleanliness drive should be taken. At the same time, see to it that the beds are there for the patients, and adequate amount of saline facilities should be there so that the water is also given.
And time now to take a very short break. But coming up after that, cricket world mourns the loss of BCCI chief Jagmohan Dalmia. We'll get you all the details and much more. Stay with us.
Hello and welcome to India's World. The Sri Lankans are very particular about their sovereignty, and they consider it very sacrosanct in a way.
Use our influence with the Sri Lankan Tamils.
Actually, the fire is on the Sri Lankan army, and no state can afford to have its army demoralized, as you said, after the victory.
Watch experts discuss the fallouts of war crimes in Sri Lanka in India's World on Rajya Sabha television.
Get live Rajya Sabha session, news, views, reports and analysis you can trust on social media. Subscribe, follow, like Rajya Sabha television.
Welcome back. Now, the Board of Control of Cricket in India, President Jagmohan Dalmia, hailed as the architect of India's rise as the game financial superpower, passed away in a private hospital in Kolkata on Sunday following a massive cardiac arrest. The cricketing world is mourning the loss of one of its most able administrators. Here is more.
Jagmohan Dalmia was admitted to the BM Birla Heart Research Centre after suffering a heart attack on Thursday evening. A businessman known for his marketing acumen, Dalmia was a key figure in bringing the 1987 and 1996 Cricket World Cups to the subcontinent. He had served as president of the International Cricket Council from 1997 to 2000. He took over as BCCI president for a second time earlier this year after a gap of nearly a decade, but had not been keeping well for the past few months. BCCI is mourning a great loss to the sport.
BCCI has lost a visionary and a father figure of Indian cricket. He was a great cricket administrator. It's a great loss to Indian cricket and personally a great loss to me as well.
A key figure in the BCCI ever since he joined it in 1979, Dalmia played a major role in helping it emerge as the wealthiest cricket board in the world, with the lifestyles of India's leading cricketers being transformed. His stint as the first Asian head of the ICC marked a shift in the game's balance of power from the old superpowers England and Australia towards Asia, particularly India.
डालमिया जी के जाना सच में बहुत बड़ी क्षति है। मैं उनको व्यक्तिगत रूप से जानता था और अगर पैसा क्रिकेट में लाया तो कोई जगमोहन डालमिया जी ही लेकर के आए। आईसीसी की इतनी बड़ी औकात हुई उनके कारण से ही हुई।
West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee visited Dalmia in hospital. She said he loved cricket more than anything.
আজকে হঠাৎ করে ওনার মৃত্যু সংবাদটা শুনে আমরা সকলেই খুব মর্মাহত। তবে জগমোহন ডালমিয়া ক্রিকেটে এমন একটা ব্যক্তিত্ব যিনি সারা জীবন ক্রিকেটটাকে নিজের জীবনের থেকেও বেশি ভালোবাসতেন।
President Pranab Mukherjee, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and cricket great Sachin Tendulkar took to Twitter to mourn the cricket administrator's death. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And the BCCI announced the Indian squad for 3 T20s and the first 3 one-day internationals against South Africa. Indian skipper Mahendra Singh Dhoni would lead both the T20 and the ODI teams. Newcomer Gurkirat Singh Mann has been included in the ODI team, while S. Aravind has been given a chance in the T20 squad. The Test skipper Virat Kohli, who was rested for the limited over series against Zimbabwe, has been recalled into the side. However, Ravindra Jadeja and Mohammad Shami could not make it to the team, while Stuart Binney made the cuts in both the squads. The T20 squad includes skipper MS Dhoni, Shikhar Dhawan, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Suresh Raina, Ajinkya Rahane, Ambati Rayudu, Stuart Binney, R. Ashwin, Akshar Patel, Harbhajan Singh, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, Mohit Sharma, Amit Mishra and S. Aravind. While the one-day team for the 3 ODIs included a Punjab all-rounder Gurkirat Singh Mann, who replaced spinner Harbhajan Singh. The T20 squad too saw no major change, but Karnataka seamer Srinath Aravind, who staged a comeback after 4 years, was replaced with Umesh Yadav. The T20 series kicks off on 2nd of October at the Dharamsala Stadium, while the other 2 matches will be played in Cuttack and Kolkata. Meanwhile, the first 3 ODIs will be played at Kanpur, Indore and Rajkot.
We have the selectors have picked Gurkirat Mann is looking at his all-round ability, and we certainly want to develop not just one but if possible more all-rounders. Looking at the need of the hour, discussed Harbhajan Singh today, and unfortunately we had to pick 15. If there was 16th player, maybe anybody could have come in.
So the Indian squad has been announced. Chandrasekhar Luthra, who's the sports editor with the DNA, is now joining us live. Thank you so much, Mr. Luthra, for joining us this morning. Mr. Luthra, now, were you surprised really with the squad that was announced, considering the fact that there were rumours that skipper MS Dhoni might not get a chance to lead in the T20 squad?
Well, I think not just a surprise, but also the lack of vision that is clearly reflecting in, selectors' vision, because everybody was expecting, because this is the time for a change, and obviously Virat Kohli, with the kind of energy he's showing on the field, maybe a little bit of aggression he'll have to curb, but overall I think the way he has been leading, this was the right time to give him all the captaincies.
What do you think this was the reason behind it?
No, nothing reason. It's just a politics. I can only say that
probably the selectors don't want to put
the selectors, and also you have to understand, with of course there's a untimely demise of Mr. Dalmia. Was a great administrator, but in this particular innings he could not actually do anything because of his ill health. So in a way there is still 2 very strong factions within the BCCI, and that is the reason why Mr. Anurag Thakur is having a free run, because there is no president right now, and that's why all the players who used to be from Tamil Nadu side, initially every train used to go through Tamil Nadu, now every train is going through Punjab. So Gurkirat has been rewarded, but again not a great, I would say,
but he's been an all-rounder.
He has been all-rounder, but there is another all-rounder, Mr. Stuart Binney, who has been there occupying 1 seat for last 1.5 years for absolutely no reason. But yes, the lack in vision, I would say, is what is being the problem with the Indian cricket. And Harbhajan Singh again occupying 2 seats, in both the formats of the game. I mean, there is clear cut. We are actually trying to basically go to a point where probably after 2016 World Cup, T20 World Cup, then there will be hardly any all-rounders left or hardly any bowlers left, the way we have been progressing. But overall, hardly any surprise. There just one change. And Arvind again coming back at 31. This purely shows that either there is a bankruptcy in Indian domestic cricket, or we are actually not looking beyond 1 or 2 players.
Can't a player make a comeback?
At 31, that's absolutely
he's really performing well.
But he is not among the best of the performers. Okay. Or for that matter, Gurkirat. If you look at their performances in last 1 year in domestic cricket, then obviously you'll come to know there are so many other performers, but only you are picking from one corner or the other. But overall, hardly any surprise, I'm saying. Just one quote quota player, and that's all.
Minor changes there. But what do you think now? Are there going to be challenges really for the Dhoni side, considering that they have to put aside the defeat that they faced in the Bangladesh ODI series?
We have seen best of Dhoni's till 2011, and after that worst of Dhoni's. And right now, I don't think even if he wins this series or loses this series, hardly anything he's going to prove. But yes, as a player, it will be a challenge for Dhoni, because in last 8 months, if you remember that World Cup time, he could not actually perform with the bat. So this will be a test for Dhoni. If he performs or performs like a finisher, he used to be one of the best finishers in the world cricket, then his place is certain in the team. Otherwise, maybe after this series, you could actually see that Dhoni is only being relieved from the entire team.
All right, it's a big, of course, challenge.
But
really
it was a good opportunity for Indian selectors to to go with Virat Kohli in all formats. They have missed that chance.
All right, that chance has been missed. Thank you so much, Mr. Luthra, for joining us and sharing your perspective on that story. And thousands of cheerful supporters gathered in central Athens to celebrate the victory of Syriza party leader Alexis Tsipras. Now leading heavily in polls, the Syriza party is set to make a comeback for the 5th time in 6 years after facing its own rebel MPs in the opposition. Now, Tsipras says that his decision to call an early election has been vindicated.
Alexis Tsipras sailed through the litmus test, enjoying a clear mandate in the snap elections. The wave of supporters went on to prove his popularity despite the difficult last few months. Tsipras hailed the win as a victory of the people, addressing thousands of jubilant supporters in central Athens.
Δώσαμε μια σκληρή και δύσκολη μάχη και αισθάνομαι σήμερα δικαιωμένος, γιατί ο ελληνικός λαός έδωσε μια καθαρή εντολή να συνεχίσουμε να παλεύουμε.
Despite losing popularity after signing the bailout deal with the Eurozone leaders, Tsipras and his Syriza party have managed to retain power. With 60% of the votes counted, Syriza party is in the lead with 35% votes compared to the New Democracy Party's 28%. The Syriza party will once again form a coalition with the independent Greeks, restoring the alliance that first brought Tsipras to power 9 months ago.
Τον συγχαίρω και τον καλό να σχηματίσει την κυβέρνηση που πρέπει, να έρθει στην Βουλή και όλα τα υπόλοιπα θα τα πούμε.
But the road to economic recovery for Greece is still a difficult one. Tsipras' first task after forming a government will be to persuade EU lenders that enough agreed steps have been implemented to ensure the next payment. The bailout program is due for a review next month.
Ο ελληνικός λαός με αυτή την ψήφο έστειλε το μήνυμα ώστε όλη η Ελλάδα να πάει μπροστά, να τα καταφέρουμε όλοι.
Το μοναδικό κόμμα της ελπίδας ήταν ο ΣΥΡΙΖΑ και η συνεργασία που γίνεται με τους ΑΝΕΛ.
A stronger and more confident Tsipras has promised a new phase of stability in the country. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And some more international news now in World Wrap. The Governor-General administered the oath at the swearing-in ceremony of the new Australian cabinet in Canberra today. The new team includes several MPs with no cabinet experience and 5 women, including the Defence Minister. With several supporters of former Prime Minister Tony Abbott being dropped, opposition said newly appointed Prime Minister Turnbull has rewarded his supporters. But the Prime Minister defended his cabinet, saying that they have been chosen entirely on merit. France has called on European interior ministers to focus on the most difficult aspects of the migrant crisis and find a credible response. French President François Hollande said that the first objective must be to implement the rules and rights of the refugees. The leaders will also discuss financing aspects at the summit. EU ministers are widely divided over the redistribution of refugees. Yemen's Houthi rebels have released 6 hostages as a goodwill gesture ahead of talks with the UN envoy to Yemen. The 2 US officials, 1 British national and 3 Saudis have arrived in Oman. US has called for the immediate resumption of peace talks aimed at ending the fighting in that country. Well, that's all in this edition of Breakfast News. Thanks so much for your time. Have a great day ahead.